Hey there, everybody. It's meteorologist Terry Swails. It's a bright and shiny Sunday afternoon, and you are on tswails.com, and this is your Sunday weather briefing. And yesterday, strong thunderstorms popped up around the region. We even had a tornado watch issued for eastern Iowa and northwestern Illinois. And here's some of the thunderstorm images that were sent to me by some local chasers. This first one comes from Paul Brooks here. And that's a pretty ominous shot. You can really see the updrafts in the storm there and the lowering cloud base associated with this particular supercell, which was found out around Iowa City. Here's the same storm. This time it's a shot by Joel Wright. And notice the lowering base there that is rotating. That's the actual wall cloud that was really trying hard to get down to the ground to produce a tornado. Never quite got the job done, but it sure looks ominous. And another excellent image here from Ethan Schisler. Look at the structure of the storm there. That's pretty ominous. Ethan always finds a way to make those things look as beautiful as possible despite their strong and ominous nature. So thanks everybody for your featured images of yesterday's storms. They also produced more heavy rain over the upper Midwest. This is the 3-day rainfall totals here as estimated by Doppler radar. And where you're seeing those reds and oranges, that's where the heavier rains came down. And there was a pocket just to the west of the Quad Cities there that had as much as 5 inches of rain. That's near Coralville, North Liberty, out around Iowa City, and some flash flooding took place out that way. And there were other places around the Midwest that saw some similar amounts in that 3 to 4 inch range. Well, today, that is all gone, and no more heavy rain in the forecast for some time because a cold, almost polar-like vortex is dropping into the upper Midwest. And this is going to bring unseasonably cool weather to the area. This is something that I've been talking about for a long time now, and the process is underway. And here's what's happened to the storm track. Look at that jet stream. It is just charging in from the northwest and digging into an upper air low that's over the Great Lakes states. That is tapping into some real cool air for this time of year. You don't usually see it make it this far south, but it is happening, and there is the possibility of some record cold temperatures next week. Here's the highs that are expected on Monday, and look at northern Wisconsin and the UP of Michigan. Readings not even getting out of the 50s up that way. That should give you an idea how cool this air is. And then here's some of the low temperatures that we're anticipating, and this is Tuesday morning. And look at the 40s. They go all the way down into central Missouri and Illinois. You don't see that too often during the middle of July. Typically, this is the hottest week of the year coming up, and it will be anything but hot. And here you're looking at the low temperatures then on Wednesday morning, and there's still a lot of 40s and 50s to be found. And right here in the Quad Cities, the record low for Tuesday morning is 48 degrees, and it is 54 for Wednesday. And both of those mornings could see some record low temperatures, not only here, but in other portions of the Midwest. And to give you an idea of how cool this air mass is, this is the temperature anomaly for Tuesday. This is how much below normal readings are expected to be. And we're looking at some spots that could be 24 degrees below normal. And that is why there could be a few locations that hold in the upper 60s, certainly low 70s, going to be widespread in that type of air mass. And it doesn't look like the cool air is going to go anywhere anytime soon. It'll modify slowly next week. But overall, the next 8 days, this is what we're looking at for the temperature anomalies, and below normal temperatures are anticipated over much of the central and eastern United States as that big vortex continues to spin that cool air down into the Midwest. So no heat waves in our future, I can promise you that much, and you won't need to run the air conditioner. And this is a trend now that's been going on for a while. This is the 7-day mean temperature anomalies. And you can see over a pretty good chunk of the Midwest and the Great Lakes, the last 7 days have also been below normal. So we're going to get ourselves a good 2-week run of these cool temperatures here. And there's no doubt in my mind that July is going to end up well below average as far as temperatures go. I think this is a trend that's going to last right through the rest of the month. Here's something else that'll be really interesting to watch. This is the water vapor that was available yesterday for showers and thunderstorms, and it was over 2 inches in some parts of eastern Iowa and western Illinois. Well, now that that big cold front has come on through here and the Canadian air is moving into the Midwest, look at how the atmosphere dries out as we get towards Tuesday. Precipitable water values go down to around a half an inch or less, and when you consider you're into mid-July and it's typically very humid and muggy, That is saying something. So you'll be enjoying some of the finest weather you can expect to see at this time of year as we push through the week. And as far as rain goes, with the dry air, there might be just a few instability showers that pop up sometime tomorrow afternoon and maybe a few stray ones on Tuesday. But overall, it's not going to amount to a great deal. And over the next week here, I'm not looking for much more than a tenth of an inch of rain in any one location around eastern Iowa or western Illinois. So to sum it up, there will be no active weather this week in terms of any severe weather, certainly no hot temperatures. Humidity levels will be extremely comfortable, and we're going to have ourselves some pretty unusual weather to enjoy over the next 5 to 6 days. And that's your weather briefing for this Sunday. Have yourself a terrific day. Get rested up for next week. And, as always, roll weather.